Rapid erosion on a California cliff has shut down train service. It's time for another episode of Bells and Whistles. Hello everyone, Bill Wilson, Editor-in-Chief of Railway Track and Structures magazine, with a look at the top news stories we were following the week ending September 17th. The Gold Line extension in California was paired with the wrong partner, so Washington was called in to see if more officials could work together to get it done. A week ago, California lawmakers defeated a state funding bill that would have supplied a 3.3-mile extension, which would connect Pomona to Montclair, with some needed cash. The outlined funding, however, was tied in with money for high-speed rail construction, which is probably why the bill was turned down. A 9-mile leg from Azusa to Pomona is currently under construction and is 36% complete, but work has been stalled on the Pomona to Montclair segment. Federal officials toured the work site earlier this week, and they believe money from the $1 trillion infrastructure bill that was passed by the Senate weeks ago could help the Gold Line extension project. The 100-year-old Cobb Street Railroad Bridge in Lula, Georgia keeps on slipping in and out of consciousness, or in this case, serviceability. The span has been closed several times over the last few years, and no vehicle has crossed over it over the past 16 months. In May 2020, Georgia Department of Transportation officials told Norfolk Southern the bridge was structurally deficient and needed to be repaired because it could no longer handle the listed weight limit. Norfolk Southern has informed Lula officials that it will take a few months to get the necessary materials for the fix and another 1 to 2 months for the repair. Lula Mayor Jim Greyer says he is hopeful the bridge will be open in the next 6 months. The final stage of emergency construction on the Del Mar Bluffs begins this month. The bluffs collapsed back in February. It was the second time over the last 2 years, with the first happening on Thanksgiving Day 2019. Railroad tracks run across the bluffs and train activity is only expected to increase in the coming years. Crews have been working on emergency work since the February incident, and the seawall just south of 4th Street is in the final stage of $11 million in emergency repairs. The fix was necessary to protect the tracks. Construction is set to begin in the coming days on another seawall that will be 300 feet long. This will serve as the final stage of the emergency work. Train service has been paused south of Orange County and Oceanside in California due to an unstable cliff in southern San Clemente. Officials say due to rapid erosion there has been some movement of the railroad tracks, and trains will have to stay away from the area for a couple of weeks while crews install a fix. Amtrak and Metrolink service will be affected. This week, a major swell brought massive waves, which combined with a 5.5-foot high tide, placed an unusual amount of stress on the cliff. In that area, tracks run very close to the shoreline. Crews will bring in several hundred tons of riprap rocks to help stabilize the track bed. The effort is called hard armoring and is usually put in place when the erosion damage is severe. Sand erosion has been a problem for coastal towns, and San Clemente is in line to receive federal funds for an $11 million replenishment project. Well, that's a look at the top news stories we were following the week ending September 17th. For the latest news, go to www.rtnds.com. You can also find us on social media. We are on Facebook and Twitter. Have a great weekend, everyone.